Hello, Purple Heart Consciousness holders. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby. I am so happy to be with you today. I'm with Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focus Ministry, and this is our prayer app. I'm so happy to reactivate this prayer app. We have migrated to a new company. We had to build new platforms, and now we are in time for the holiday season. I'm so happy to start this holiday season off with prayer. So, I have come up with a wonderful theme for the holiday season, and that theme is celebration of miracles. Because miracles are a very important part of life. And it is especially important during this season. This year, we've seen a lot happen in the world, so many things, and so much disappointment. And the world could use a miracle. Matter of fact, one of my favorite movies is Miracles on 32nd Street. And I personally believe that that was Elizabeth Taylor's best movie ever. I think so. And I have even began to watch the Hallmark channels. And the reason I'm watching them is it reminds me that there is hope in the world. And that's a very important part. Now, Ernest Holmes says life is a mirror and it will reflect back to the thinker what the thinker thinks into it. My definition of miracle is life mirroring its light to us all. Emma Curtis Hopkins says that miracle working is a sign of being absolutely united with spirit. When she says being united is being one with God. So in this season here, it is important for us to remember that. Years ago, when I was a newlywed, my husband and I were in the process of building something new. And the interesting thing about that was that it seemed like we had some scarcity in our life. Seemed like there was never enough because we were investing and we were working at building something wonderful. And for me, the holiday seasons are very important, and Christmas trees are an important part of it. And I prayed. I remember praying. I was very new to these teachings. And I prayed and prayed and prayed about this tree. Eventually, we came to an agreement. We became one and decided that we could spare $20. And $20 was a big deal back then for a Christmas tree. Now, mind you, the average Christmas tree around about that time, they were going for $50 or more. So we set out and then we were just, okay, whatever we found for $20. So I walked out the door, down the stairs from our apartment, and there was this wonderful person that had driven up with a tree in the back of his truck. And he looks at me, he says, "Would you like to have a tree?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yes, I would." He says, "I'm going to gift it to you." And he gifted me the tree. He says, "Oh, go on and do what you're going to do. I'm going to take that tree upstairs." I'd never ever seen this person before. He was a maintenance worker that worked within the complex and had found someone to give this tree to. In that moment, I thought I had experienced an angel. An angel to me is a person who is a messenger of God. And that truly was a blessing because we had prayed previously and we opened up to our good. So, my thought today is that miracles can take place in many forms, in many ways, We just need to stay open. So I'm going to invite you to stay open to the miracles in your life. Now, many of you have gone through many different things in your lives. Many people have been impacted by fires and floods and just a whole bunch of different things. But I want to remind you to keep your heart open and to expect more and more good in your life. And so, with that in mind, let us engage in spiritual practice. And that spiritual practice is prayer. So, we just turn within right now. And as we turn within, I'm just acknowledging the blessing of this season, the blessing of this day, knowing that there is only one life, and that life is God's life, that life is perfect, it is present, it is alive, and it is the energy and it is the vibration of this day. I know that this wonderful energy is divine love in action. I know that this divine presence is the peace that passeth all understanding. I know that this wonderful presence is that divine light, that formless substance that molds and fulfills itself and enriches itself. What I know is this divine light, this divine essence is creation itself, fulfilling itself as the light and the power and the presence. And I know that that presence is alive right now. It's alive within me. It is flowing within me and expressing within me. And I know that that same presence is alive within every single person that is listening to this prayer right now. I know that each person is anchored in this spirit of light and love and joy. And it is this spirit of light and love and joy that has already gone before and prepared the way. I know that in this very moment, whatever the need is, the presence of that divine light spirit is right there. That divine miracle fulfills itself. It mirrors itself and it fulfills itself in a practical way within the hearts, within the minds of each and every single person that is hearing this prayer. What I'm knowing is that there is that presence of perfect health fulfilling itself. I know that the energy and the dynamics of love expands itself within all relationships. I know that all needs are met and that the presence has already gone before and is blessing each and every household. I know that that wonderful presence and that dynamic energy is the blessing that is moved within people's finances, that there is the richness of spirit, that abundance, divine abundance is overflowing and expressing itself right here and right now. And what I know is that divine element that knows before we can even utter it has already moved into that place, providing and fulfilling itself in a sacred way. I know that there is only God. And in this God presence, in this one life, this one presence, it mirrors itself. It reflects itself and it expresses itself in the hearts, within the minds, and through each and every single person that hears this prayer. So I'm so grateful for the divine expressing itself as sacred love, grateful for divine love moving and expressing itself in a divine way through each individual, through myself. And it is in this space right here, right now, that I simply release these words into this thing that I like to call the sacred yes, universal law, God's law, fulfilling itself as perfect good. And it is in this space right here, right now, that I invite you to join me by simply saying, and so it is. Amen. And we'll say Amen, Ashe, knowing these words have power, and Aho. And we just breathe. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed like mine, just gently open them with new eyes and fresh eyes And I'm inviting you right now to just look around and see the blessing of this day and focus on the blessing of this day. And if you're liking what we're doing right here, I want you to share this wonderful gift with your friends. Invite them to go to their app store. They can download this app and they can receive daily prayers. In addition, if they have a personal prayer request, they can send that prayer request in, and we have a team of people that will be praying for the entire month and supporting you in prayer. And if you like what we're really doing here in this ministry, you'll notice that we have a text to donate. You can donate to us by simply texting your donation. I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to having this same wonderful conversation about spiritual practice tomorrow and praying with you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.